Hey everybody, I'm Invisible Katana and this is my review for the Suicide Squad Comic-Con trailer. Just like with the Batman vs. Superman trailer, I'm really late on all the Comic-Con stuff, but definitely had to sit down and do this. And of course, after doing Batman vs. Superman, you gotta do the other DC stuff. And I really enjoyed the trailer. I like it. I think like everyone, I think this one was universally liked compared to the Batman vs. Superman thing, which was like, people really enjoyed it, but there was still like the Lex Luthor stuff that everyone kind of doesn't like. I don't think there was anything bad in this trailer. I guess the Joker thing is the thing that isn't really loved by everyone. Some people still hate the look. Some people hate the grill and stuff like that. We get to see the tattoos and things like that, which I enjoyed. I thought it was a cool scene. You know, he had the crazy laugh going. He, has the voice down in the mannerisms, and he just seems really freaking insane, like the Joker should. So that was really good. The one scene with the Joker that I don't like is actually like in the middle of the trailer, and it's super fast. Like they don't even focus on it. All you see is like two people walking. And I think the first time I saw the trailer, I didn't even realize it. And then I watched it a couple other times, and I even saw it in another review where they pointed out that that was the Joker. And it's him. He has like this leather. It's like his purple suit, but it's a leather jacket instead of just like a regular suit. So that I didn't really enjoy. I thought it looked kind of stupid, admittedly, because it's like him in like a leather jacket, a purple leather jacket. Leather in general, it wouldn't have really worked to me, but it's like Matrix style leather, like it looked really form fitting on him and stuff. So I didn't really enjoy that. I don't know how much I'm gonna like that in the final film when we see like his actual full on suit, or what it's gonna be a jacket instead of a suit. So I don't think I'm gonna like that too much when I officially get to see it. But as far as his actual design, like how the Joker looks and how Jared Leto is playing him and stuff, I think it works totally fine. I think it looked great. It was a pretty cool scene. It was, like the laugh was pretty interesting. It was like, it was a good laugh. And just the personality of him seemed like it's going to definitely come through. Um, like the Joker should. It's going to be really crazy and entertaining to watch. And I'm excited to see, and it's the same thing with the Batman vs. Superman thing. I'm really excited to see the actual story of it, because it's like, yeah, it's the Suicide Squad, but they obviously have their own mission. Like, that's the point of the Suicide Squad. They have to do a certain thing. But when you have the Joker in this, he's obviously going to have a huge role because it's the Joker, and he always does. He always ends up having a role. Even in the recent animated Suicide Squad movie, the Joker, this is like years after, like Joker was in prison already and stuff, and they go into the prison and he ends up escaping based off of what they do because a bunch of crap happens. And so then the Joker gets out because of them, and then he starts, doing Joker stuff, just mass mayhem and stuff. So I'm not sure if that's how it's gonna play out. Like, so far, it seems like pretty much all the Joker stuff has been flashback, because the scene where he was like, I'm not gonna hurt you. He was definitely talking to Harley Quinn when she was still Harleen Quinzel, the psychiatrist. So that's all been like flashback stuff. I don't know about the scene of him walking with this other random guy when he's wearing the full-on jacket. That could have been, I guess in the present. But the other stuff has all been flashback so far, where he had people helping him break out of wherever they are. It's either Blackgate. I don't think it's going to be Arkham. I think they typically end up doing Blackgate for the Suicide Squad. So wherever he is right now, or was, I guess, he was breaking out of that. And so he has the people, like there's someone in a giant eyeball mask, someone in like a panda suit. I think all that's during the same time. It's just like people in a bunch of crazy costumes shooting up the place. And then that's when he gets Harleen Quinzel, and that's when he really messes her up, and that's when she becomes Harley Quinn. And then we get a scene of her and Batman, which was one of the big things I was trying to figure out, like, when does this take place compared to Batman versus Superman? Because they talk about Superman in the beginning of this film, where it's like, Superman must have been like a beacon or something like that. But in the Batman versus Superman trailer, they have this scene where Batman is like, oh, it's been like 20 years in Gotham, how many good guys are left? And they have the scene where it's like with Joker, with him looking at like the Jason Todd Robin suit, and it says like, haha, the joke's on you. So obviously they were super villains before that, so it kind of makes that line kind of weird when she makes it seem like, oh, I guess Superman was like the beacon for all these crazy people to come out. And then you have the specific line from Batman in the Batman versus Superman trailer, like 20 years in Gotham and stuff like that. And he's obviously old Batman, so he'd been doing it for a long time already, which means there were already supervillains and stuff like that. So I thought that was an interesting line. It makes me wonder just like which one really comes first. Is it going to be Batman versus Superman is first in the timeline, or is it going to be Suicide Squad? And the scene that has Batman in this trailer, is that a flashback where they're in a car? Because we don't see Joker in that scene. We see Harley, and I don't believe she's driving, unless she's in a foreign car, because it looked like she was in the passenger side as far as I'm concerned. So I could have been wrong, but I have to go through it really quick to see. But that was a cool scene. I did enjoy that because it's like, oh, well, Batman's in it, so at least for one scene, we actually see Batman going against Harley Quinn and possibly the Joker if it was an actual flashback. And then, like, that's just cool in itself. So that I really enjoyed. I thought that was really cool. I wasn't expecting that at all. Like, I don't think anyone was really. It's like, oh, here's Batman, and he's actually, in the scene. So that was really cool. I enjoyed that. In the scene right now, I guess she was driving. I don't know. Like, her hand is up, but it doesn't really. I guess she is driving that car. So I don't know. There's like two scenes of her in the car. One, she's leaning over to somebody else, and then in the other one, I guess she's not driving. Yeah, she's not driving. So it has to be a flashback of her and Joker, or it's current because she also has the blue and red in her hair, which she doesn't have in some of the scenes, and she does in other scenes. So a lot of jumping around in this trailer because it's a trailer, obviously. But it's still a really cool scene, and then we get to see all the other characters. We get Deadshot, we get Rick Flag, we get Captain Boomerang. No one really doing too much, like actually using their abilities. Like even Deadshot doesn't really shoot anyone in this trailer, so it's just like here's everyone, and this is what they look like. This is size wise. We get like 2 shots of them all walking together, I believe. So we get some different stuff in there. We get Katana. I would love to know her role in this because I don't ever remember Katana being in the Suicide Squad because I always thought she was a hero. So I'd love to see how she ends up becoming a part of the Suicide Squad, and maybe she doesn't because it's like she's searching for someone, so she just joins them as like the watchful eye. Like she maybe talks to Amanda Waller and is like let me be your eyes in the field or whatever, and she's trying to get answers or something like that. Obviously just speculating because Katana is a hero character, so it's like she wouldn't be involved in the Suicide Squad. Not that I know of, at least. I mean, I don't have like any real knowledge of the Suicide Squad, admittedly, outside of Arrow at this point. So I don't really know crap about him, so I could easily just be wrong. She could have been in a bunch of different versions, but I'd never seen her in the Suicide Squad, so I'd love to see what her role is for this. I doubt we're going to get trailers for every character, even when it gets close to release, but I like how they did it. I mean, we got to see all the characters close up, some of them in some action scenes and things like that. That was pretty cool. We had like 2 separate scenes of just mayhem. Like one was Joker breaking out of, I'm gonna assume, Blackgate, and the other was like when these people, it seemed like they were robbing like a factory or something, and one guy had like the Batman mask on. Definitely loved that. I thought it was cool. It was just like it was a Batman mask, and he's shooting people up. So it was kind of funny to see that, like, oh, they're kind of playing around with it. It's like, we'll dress up like the heroes and be villains and stuff, which happens all the time in any comic book universe. It's like people, bad guys dress up as heroes with like simple little masks, not like they actually dress up as them, but just, I'm going to put a mask on as Batman or something. So I did like that. I thought that was actually pretty cool. Definitely some pretty big action scenes. They had like the one shot where like an entire plane's just crashing down and stuff. So there's a lot of craziness going on. It seems like at some point just it's sheer chaos. Like they're just out in the streets, smoke is going on. Like I'm watching it now and it's just crazy. Like a bunch of crazy crap is happening. So there's some crazy big battle at the end of this film. They're going against someone or some big organization or something else really insane. But it looks good. It's a good trailer. We get all the different characters. We get to see their personalities. Obviously a huge focus on Harley and Joker because it's Harley Quinn and Joker, so that makes the most sense. Um, this one being the first live action version of Harley Quinn, I think the third version of the Joker live action. So, it's really important. They have characters that we've never seen in live action before, not counting Arrow when she had like the tiniest itty bitty little cameo. Um, but we get Harley Quinn finally in live action. We also get Killer Croc live action, which should be pretty cool. Obviously, they can't make him like huge like he is. I mean, that would almost be like with Bane. Like they couldn't actually make him as big as he is in like the cartoon and stuff like that, where he's just like 90% muscle. It had to just be a buff guy. So it makes perfect sense. It definitely looks good though for Killer Croc. I like the design. Simple but just really well done. So I'd love to see how they play around with that. Also, the people with superpowers. I'm excited to see how they play around with that because they obviously have this team of people, and it's like some people have powers, some people are just like really intelligent and deadly, like Harley Quinn. Like she has no superpowers. Apparently, she gets some stuff in the comics and things like that, where she gets like enhanced agility and strength and stuff from a poison ivy toxin, which I'd never heard of before. I never knew that was a thing. But even without that, it's still Harley Quinn. Like she's still the smart psychiatrist that she was. She's just fully, insane. So that's why she's still deadly. So I can't wait to see how they kind of play around with that because you got people with superpowers. You can't have those people and not use the superpowers, but you can't overdo it because then you would kind of make characters like Harley Quinn and Deadshot and Captain Boomerang totally useless because it's like, well, what the heck do we need the guy who throws boomerangs for when we have a guy who can like manipulate fire, or a woman who is like full on magic, who does like voodoo and stuff like that. Like she can turn you into whatever. We don't really need a guy who can snipe you from a million miles away. Like it just use magic or something. So I'm excited to see the balance that they do. I definitely enjoyed the trailer though. I do like the Joker. I definitely love the design for Harley Quinn. I think it looks really cool. It's a good design for her. It's not. It couldn't be the animated series because that would just look really weird if it was like her full-on jester outfit. That wouldn't look too right. I think they went a really good route with it because it's very similar to like the Arkham games at this point and that's even closer to the animated series because it's closer to the colors, but it's like, it's a good blend of sort of the old style with the new style. And for the movie, it's very, very new style. Like even just the way they do it is very interesting. And I like the thing that they did with her hair because that's pretty different too. I think that looks pretty cool. I think in the Arkham games they kind of do it. I think they did it maybe in the last one. I don't remember if it was in like Arkham City, but I do believe they did that in Arkham Knight where they actually have different color tips for her hair. So it looks pretty cool. I'm excited for it. I really can't wait to see how they blend the films together because obviously we have the scene with Batman, so it's like how far back is that? Is it in the present? Do we get Batman versus Superman and then all of that happens and then all of the Suicide Squad happens? Is it how is it all going to play out as far as the timeline goes? Because there's a lot of stuff happening now. You got Batman and Superman fighting. You got Wonder Woman in that movie as well. So we have now all of the Suicide Squad, which means all this other stuff happened. I mentioned this in the Batman vs. Superman review that I did. They show, Batman talking about, 20 years in Gotham, and it's the Jason Todd costume with Joker spray paint on it. So all of that has already happened, which means we have Nightwing, we have Red Hood is probably out there or something like that. We have Batgirl, possibly Oracle at this point, depending on how they, mess with the timeline. So there's a ton of stuff that was introduced just in the Batman vs. Superman trailer alone. And then you had like 10 extra characters for the Suicide Squad, all of which are brand new. Because obviously they don't have anyone right now starting up this new DC cinematic universe. So they have all of this lore just kind of flooding at us at once in a good way. So far, I mean, just off of the trailers, it seems okay. And we'll have to wait and see how they do it with the final products. But right now, I'd honestly say I'm more excited for the Suicide Squad than I am for Batman vs. Superman. As much as I want to see that, I don't know. I guess because it's more characters to introduce, and of course we're gonna lose someone in there. I don't know who's gonna get killed off in the Suicide Squad, but I don't know. Captain Boomerang might not be making it because he throws boomerangs. That's all I'm going to say is either that, maybe Rick Flag. I think he'll survive because I know he's always been like the leader of the Suicide Squad, so he'll probably be fine. But it's like there's, you know, Captain Boomerang. There's Slipknot, who's like not even in the trailer, so he's definitely probably gonna die in this movie because he wasn't even in it. I think everyone had a focus. Like they had a focus, of course, on Harley, Deadshot. Captain Boomerang had his line. They have a couple of different scenes that focus, you know, where Katana's like in the forefront. Killer Croc had a scene. I can't remember the name of the witch. I forgot her name, but she had a scene. Maybe Slipknot was the kid. Maybe it was like the young version of Slipknot when he was in that little tub with the black water. Maybe that's who that was, because I was trying to figure out who that was because there's no kid in the Suicide Squad. So for whatever reason they showed the young version but not the older version, probably because he just, boom, they blow his head up or something and he's done. So either way, I'm definitely excited for it. I'm excited for both, but right now I think I'm loving the Suicide Squad. I'm liking the designs of the characters. Of course, Harley has the coolest design because it's Harley Quinn, so they made it colorful and stuff like that. So I love her design. Deadshot, of course, would be number 2. I think the outfit looks pretty cool. After that is just like whoever. I guess Katana would be number 3. Like hers is a really simple design on her costume, but it does look pretty awesome. I do love that, and I can't wait to see how, you know, she plays, you know, like I said, figures into everything. But I want to know what you guys thought about this trailer, so please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, your least favorite parts. And now that we have these, you know, 2 DC trailers out, which one are you guys most excited for? Like, if you were excited for Batman v Superman, are you still excited for that more than the Suicide Squad? Or did the Suicide Squad kind of come in and, you know, because it changed, because obviously with the pictures and stuff and seeing the Joker, a lot of people had, like, zero faith, pretty much. So did that kind of change your, you know, change your opinion of it, and then it's like, well, now I'm more excited for that than I am, you know, Batman v Superman, or, you know, how is that playing for you guys? Are you still, you know, just same interest, nothing's changed, maybe less interested, because, you know, stuff doesn't look as good as you wanted it to, you know, whatever you guys think, definitely comment below, let me know, and of course, thanks for watching.